is the RV Advisor Podcast with your host, Tom Alexander. Get all the latest information, trends, advice from experts, stories from the road, and more in the world of recreational vehicles. Now, here's Tom.
Welcome to the RV Advisor Podcast. My name is Tom Alexander, and today, very interesting guests from Jack Tracks. It is the Windle family. It's Bill Windle and his wife Ann and daughter Haley. They join us from Indianapolis. Welcome, folks.
Hi, Tom. Thanks, Tom.
Well, it's great to have you on, and this is really interesting because, you know, this is truly a family business, and just it just sounds like something that is unusual and fun and also very beneficial for the RV owner. So tell us about the origin of Jack Tracks.
Well, I guess I'll start since I was the inventor of it.
Yes.
My whole life has been pretty much devoted to manufacturing and always trying to make improvements, whether it be in speed or quality or all those types of things, automation.
Yeah.
And so what I did is after a pretty successful career, I retired. And then I found out I had cancer. So I ended up always wanting to get an RV because where my manufacturing plants were, I was surrounded by RVs in Elkhart County. So they were all around me, surrounding me. And I thought someday, as much as I love the outdoors, I want to be an RVer.
Yeah.
And so after that, I retired from work, and then I found out I had prostate cancer. And so the RV plan kind of went kabonk because I didn't know how I was going to do. So anyway, I ended up having my prostate removed and 39 radiation treatments and 2.5 years of shot therapy. And then they told me, hey, you're doing really well. Go ahead and get your RV.
Well, that's good news. That's great news.
Yeah, it kind of helped me convince the wife that I can get an RV now.
How could I say no?
Yeah, boy. After that whole thing, that's really something. So glad to hear you're doing well, health-wise, physically. That's excellent news. And now you're an RV owner, and now at this point you're taking what maybe somewhat already exists and making it better, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Giving it a whole different flavor. And so what actually happened is I bought the RV, and I was so excited, and I loved it. It was brand new. It was a little mini Winnebago, and I parked it in our driveway. And so each night I'd get my little chair out, and I'd sit and look at it, and I bought all the accessories. You know, and some of them were the yellow pads or the jack stabilizers.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at that yellow pad, and for some reason it just seemed out of kilter, and I could see a big bear track there. And so I called up a friend of mine, and I had a lot of contacts in the manufacturing business, and I ended up having him come over, and he's more on the plastic side of business. And I've dabbled in plastics quite a bit myself, but we ended up coming together and creating the the bear claw. Mm-hmm. And so we ended up going to the first RV show of our lives, getting a booth. And like I said, it was a family affair because all of our kids have different expertises, but they love to chip in, and we're a really close, tight-knit family.
Yeah.
And so they all help Dad. You know, I'm very poor at technology, but understand manufacturing really well. So we ended up at the first RV show at the Hall of Fame in Elkhart.
Yep.
And all these people kept walking by, and our booth was probably the most busy booth in the show. And it was a small show, not huge, but people like the Anderson window guy would see us, and then they wanted to come work for us. You know, they'd see all the activity at our booth.
Yeah.
So after that, they always wanted to finger the claws, the bear claws, because we didn't even have our packaging done by then. I just had stacks of them.
Right.
And I had to make the tool in China, but we mold in Mishawaka, Indiana. So we put the tool into a molding shop already up and running. And we started having all these people that ended up just loving them. And we had people buy them that didn't even buy their RV yet. And I thought, boy, that's a good sign.
Yeah, no, it sure is. We're speaking with Bill Windle as well as Ann Windle and Haley, their daughter Haley. And so, you know, the inspiration for this, obviously, and it seems a lot of times the inspiration for inventions in general is to make things easier for people, more efficient for people, or maybe even something doesn't exist and you say, wow, you know, I can't believe someone hasn't thought of this, you know, and then along comes somebody with your kind of mind, Bill, quite frankly, and makes it real, you know, and I've always been fascinated by that. That to me, that's just, you know, those people should have like their own plaque somewhere, you know, because it really is. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So tell me a little bit about the family dynamic. Maybe one of you can speak to that. Where, you know, Bill, you said, you know, hey, I've got these new, you know, they're always evolving. But what about the family dynamic?
Yeah, I'll speak to that, Tom. This
Sure.
is Haley here.
Yeah.
The youngest and the brightest.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the most, and clearly the most modest and confident.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was really amazing. I remember coming home for the summer, and my dad he was out there with his RV. He was like, you got to check out my RV, and you also got to check out these amazing pads that I've created. And he was showing me, like, the yellow ones that he had previously bought, and he was just sharing this idea and this creation with me, and I really, I was blown away. I was like, yeah, this is absolutely an amazing product. And I mean, he's a very enthused guy and quite infectious. So all of us kids, you know, we definitely got behind him. We definitely saw the draw of the product. Mm-hmm. We're all outdoors people. We love the aspect of going green, which this is 100% recycled material, which we're really proud of.
Yeah.
It's made in the USA, which we're really proud of. But the family dynamic, I mean, we are a very close family. We're a family of 6. So my other siblings, I mean, we've all been very involved. I mean, my dad is the creator, and then honestly, it got like very serious pretty quickly. So, you know, from a selling standpoint to finances to patents to social media and marketing, we literally have like family meetings like once a week.
Wow.
And it's been really fun, and it's been a really exciting road.
Yeah, we have family meetings too, but it's usually about the phone bill and who made the call to outer Mongolia, you know. But no, that's great. That is.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's terrific. So, Mom, Ann, we got to ask you. You know, overseeing all this stuff and making sure everybody's maybe doing their part, or who kind of coordinates all the business end of it.
That's a good question, Tom. I think everybody participates in that somewhat, but I will have to say Haley is the one that coordinates the meetings and gets us all together.
Right.
She's really good at that. They all have their expertise. I mean, our son Garland is working a lot on the legal issues and finding out about Amazon. Erin, our daughter in Chicago, has been doing a lot of the marketing and artwork, as has Haley. Haley and her husband are looking a lot into the social media and how to try to negotiate that. Bill and I don't have a clue about any of those types of things. So
right.
The kids with their expertise have all contributed.
Yeah.
Tara, our oldest in Texas, has 2 young ones, 4, and Nolan just turned 1. So she and her husband want to participate, but aren't able to very much.
They got their hands full, I think, right?
Yeah, but it is definitely a family affair.
That's great. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the Windles right after these words.
Meet Terry and Carrie. They want an RV. Really, they want the freedom that comes with being able to pick up whenever they want and to move from one breathtaking view to another. The kind of freedom that takes them across the country and beyond, living their dream. But if they buy the wrong RV, it might actually pop their dream world. Maybe they pick one that's too heavy to tow for their vehicle, or go with the wrong dealership who won't service their RV. There are questions to ask before they buy, and even more once they become an owner. Thankfully, there's the RV Advisor, the only non-biased platform for information for the RV and outdoor enthusiasts. Get the best tips, tricks, and discounts at all KOA nationwide campgrounds, and other huge discounts that every RV enthusiast will love. Now, Terry and Carrie are living the life exactly how they want.
Visit thervadvisor.com or call 833-229-0911. Back on the RV Advisor podcast, my name's Tom Alexander, and we're speaking with the owners and operators of Jack Tracks. It's the Windles, Bill Windle, Ann Windle, and their daughter Haley is joining us. And so, benefits for the RV owner. Let's say you're a longtime RV owner. What's the first thing you say to them about this product?
I would say that it's really, the aesthetics of it are really pleasing to the eye. And it seems like, since I've started RVing and traveling to, quite a few different campsites, I see people taking like a personal interest in their little space, their campsite. So I think what it does is it really adds to a more natural setting in that site. Instead of like the yellow plastic jumping out at you, it's more blending in with nature. And that's what I've loved my whole life. I'm an avid fly fisherman and worked for Yellowstone National Park at a young age. And love the mountains, and I've been going there ever since, I was young. And so for about 25 years now, we explore that. But it's the aesthetics of it. And then we also believe we want to be truly the Yeti of Jack stabilizers, just like Yeti coolers. They're cool, but they're also functional. Yeah. And they command a higher price, but we feel it's valid and it's worth that, especially from the quality side of it. We've got this pretty heavy duty and durable, but the features are the aesthetics that is the really difference, is the big difference,
Yeah. As RVers, separate of Jack Tracks, let's say you need that downtime just to kind of, get away. And where are some of your favorite places to visit?
Well, when we first got the RV just to try it out, we had to read about the black water, the gray water. We didn't know anything about it. So my wife and I read about that, and we went to Michigan and took 2 different week-long trips just to get accustomed before we went on a long journey. And after that, we decided we were pros and we were ready to go, so we went on a 6.5-week voyage. Mm-hmm. And we went to Yellowstone, and I met my cousins. They rendezvoused with their RV, and we went to the Shoshone River, got to see a couple grizzly bears there while I was fishing. Huh. And from there, we went to all over Yellowstone. After that, we went into Colorado. From Colorado, we went to New Mexico. From New Mexico, we ended up in Texas and stayed there with my daughter, but we stayed in our RV, and then we came back home to Indiana. So being a first-time RVer, that's what we've done. And now what we're really wanting to do is we're actually thinking about taking a journey to Florida here in about 4 or 5 weeks.
Ah, okay. So we're based in South Florida, not too far from Miami. So maybe if you do find yourselves down here, we can connect and do another interview and see what you guys are doing next. Follow your adventures a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love that. In fact, we're planning on throwing some cases of Jack Tracks in the bed of the pickup.
Oh, very good.
Dealers and other campers, And,
let me ask you this, because you mentioned that when you're on the road and you meet people, and maybe people that have use your products, Do you ever find that you have conversations about, hey, here's an idea. Do you ever think about doing this? Maybe they say to you, I'm having trouble with X, Y, and Z. Can you help me out? Have you experienced that yourself?
Oh yeah, that always comes up when somebody has an idea. It's almost like a windfall. You start getting other ideas, and people will come up and say, "Hey, have you thought of this or have you thought of that?" At the booth.
Yeah.
And so it helps stimulate,
Sure.
your thought process, and it's exciting because you get to partake in other people's minds on what they're thinking. And sometimes those can be really big, and we've got a couple things actually in the back of our mind we're working on now, that we're, once we get this out there, our hope is to actually continue to add, and build a more broad product line, not just shapes and sizes, which is what we're going to do now, but maybe there's some other ideas in some other areas once we penetrate the market and actually have a channel we can feed it, so that's all, being thought of. And thank God I got the young family and the kids.
Yeah.
Because we all brainstorm, on that kind of stuff.
No, that's terrific. And let's let the folks know the best place to go to learn more about Jack Tracks.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So for ordering, go to jacktracksrv.com and learn about our product there. Also, we are on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and you can find us at Jack Tracks RV. Tag us in your photos, and we'd love to hear from you.
Well, this is I just love this because not only are you offering really great products, but it really is a family affair. It's just amazing how you each have your own area of expertise and how this, kind of keep the trains running on time. It's just awesome. So we'd love to have you back on again sometime, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, I got to tell you one more funny thing before we
Sure.
leave. Kind of a funny thing that we've only been to 2 shows, so our second booth was at Indianapolis RV Fair, and this was just a short time ago, and we felt we had a great success because we sold 39 sets, and nobody came there looking for a Jack stabilizer. But the funny thing was everybody would talk to me and they go, "Are you Jack?" And I go, "No." I say, "No, it's Jack Tracks. Tracks for Jack, but I'm Bill. But that's okay. You can call me Jack."
Well, it's funny, Bill, because when I almost twice called you Jack, just by reflex, it just one of those things. But that's all right. It is Bill from Jack's Tracks, and of course, Ann and Haley as well, the Windles. Windles, thank you so much for joining us. It was a lot of fun, and best wishes out there in Indianapolis, and we look forward to meeting you someday soon.
You bet.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
This is the RV Advisor Podcast. I'm Tom Alexander. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. So long, everybody.